We start with the ATAdatmove console, where you configure your clone server from the top menu bar as your migration event. Then, you begin to configure your event, starting with your target platform type, as shown here. In this migration event, our target platform is a virtual platform v2 KVM platform, to a virtual Windows 2008 server. Then, you configure the source server image you want to create the target image from. In this example, we are migrating from a virtual Windows server. You achieve this by entering the IP address of the source server, the administrator account information and password you are using to perform the migration as shown here, and select the Next button. At this time, ATAdatmove begins to collect the information you have provided, to set up the cloning event and determine the auto-provisioning requirements. Once the information is gathered, ATAdatmove will ask if you want to automatically create the target system, or does the system already exist that you are moving to. In our example, we selected to automatically provision a virtual Windows server in KVM platform. Then we enter the KVM administrator account information and password you are using to perform the auto-provisioning on the KVM server, along with the IP of the server's location. Next, you will have to provide ATAdatmove with the configuration of what you want to provision on the KVM server, for example the name of the new server, number of CPUs, RAM, and disk space you want to automatically provision for this migration. Then, the ATAdatmove system uses the information it was provided by the migration engineer or administration professional to connect the target host platform to begin its provisioning of the target environment and bring the cloning process. This is done directly without any additional setup configurations or involvement of the migration professional. Here, the auto-provision process has begun with ATAdatmove, and the system's target environment is being set up during this time. Here you will notice a virtual disk between the source and target systems, so there is no need for software to be loaded or conflict with your source system. We see that the disk partitions were created automatically by ATAdatmove, and the configuration that the migration professional had configured. Once the target system has been automatically provisioned, you can either schedule your job to run within a specific maintenance window unattended, or immediately, based on your company policy. In this example, we will run immediately. By clicking the Start Conversion button, ATAdatmove begins to clone the source to the target automatically from the configuration setup that your migration professional created. For time purposes, we have sped up the time sequence of this process. But ATAdatmove has one of the fastest non-hardware transfer speeds available, hitting about 69 to 70% of line speed depending on the resources allocated to the process. This can be throttled to your specific needs also. As the migration cloning progresses, you will see status changes in the comments column of the ATAdatmove console, giving you updates as the process being performed. Also, your console will display previous events and their status so that you can quickly enable them back to the current list of jobs. ATAdatmove is a multi-thread system and can run multiple jobs at once. The number of jobs per console is dependent on the configuration of the console host system. As the migration cloning progresses, you see the virtual ISO disk image being created. ATAdatmove will not load any software on your production systems that could potentially conflict or down your server during this event. The process is complete and the newly cloned virtual Windows server in KVM is being started for the first time, concluding yet another successful automated host migration by ATAdatmove Migration Solution. Once migrated, you are able to leverage your migration investment by keeping this new host backed up or disaster recovery ready using the same solution and technologies, thus leveraging your investment and simplifying your overall tool and system management. Thank you for considering ATAdatmove for your migration, backup, and disaster recovery. This concludes our demonstration.